Well, it's qualifying time for this week's Saudi Arabian GP from Jeddah. Welcome along. Hope you are doing well and hope you have watched our strategy guide video and you are ready for your qualifying session. We are going to get ours underway right here. So make sure to watch all 4 races so that you can go and rinse and repeat, hopefully the good stuff that I do, and you can go and smash it as well. Yes, it is the Saudi Arabian GP. We've got Perez, Vector and Nico Hülkenberg 10% stat boosted. Let's take a look though what we are running. It is Perez, it is Hülkenberg. So after last week we didn't have a boosted driver. This week we now do. We have 2 and we're going to get Hulk to the front. Come on the Hulkmeister. And then the car, we have got Vector as well. So looking 125 over 190. Very happy with that. Very excited to see what we are going to do in this qualifying session. We are at 4 tracks. We have got Jeddah, Silverstone, Melbourne and Jeddah again. We've got 3 tracks with potential rain. We're just going to hit it hard. We're going to see what happens and hopefully it will be good enough as we go racing in Jeddah. So here we go then. First matchup, real player like it always is on this free-to-play account, and we're hoping that this week maybe we can go one better than last week. We want to obviously get in the top 25. But everyone else will have access to boosted drivers as well. So that's the only difference. Qualifying looks pretty good. P9 for Perez, P15 for Hülkenberg. Not too bad at all. We've got rain in 2 minutes. And it's only for 5 seconds. Wow, this is going to be changing conditions. So I think softs and hards. I'm going to go on Rooster. We're going to rooster some boosts in. And we're going to waste some because we don't want to use the good stuff that we've got. And this is going to be interesting. Will the AI go to wets? Will we get lucky? Will we have a good race? We'll find out as this rival we await to ready up. Coming in, what we got? P9, P15, fast and perfect start. We need big Sergio Perez to step up this weekend. He stepped up in Bahrain. Can he step up yet again? And it is currently P6, P5, and Hülkenberg is also doing pretty good. We took off the boost by accident, and we're coming down into this corner. Can we get Carlos Sainz around the outside as we lag through? We've survived so far. So P9 and P4, and we're actually all over the back of Sergio now. We're going to protect. Now, what I'm expecting is if anybody pits on lap 3, they might go wets. That is the hope. It is 30 degrees, so we've just got to keep an eye on that. Let's push around the final corner. Just to keep Russell at bay, and we are then away. So we're going to go back to softs again. We've got Russell behind us, and we're going to make a move on Perez. We're going to go into P3. Still 30 degrees, always checking out on that heat. Trying to get Hülkenberg past the Ferrari now as well, and we're into P8. Come on, Hülkenberg. You know now what it's like to drive in a beautiful car. Who is out front? It is probably Max Verstappen, as always is. And we are coming through now. Last chase to overtake here. And we can't. So we cut that down. 57 seconds until this rain comes in for about 5 seconds. And we're going to get this underway and pit for softs. We're not going to go for the basically wets. There's no point from what we can see. Round the final corner, a few people will now pit. Hülkenberg is released. And he moves into P4. We're going to go to the softs. This is going to be a basically conserving power unit middle stint. Perez is back out and he's already ahead of Daddy Boy Stroll in that green money-coloured Aston Martin. And now we'll push Perez all the way down. So Hülkenberg P4 closing on Perez. Perez ourselves closing on Leclerc. Can he get past Leclerc? And we are going to conserve down. So not quite. So will any of the AI go to wets? You can see there's a car at the top of your screen that's just coming into the pits. Will they go wets though? That is going to be the interesting thing. It is Max Verstappen who is going to pit. Will they go wets? Mediums for Verstappen. The rain is in. And wets for Hamilton. Wets for Perez. Come on. That is what we needed. It was only 5 seconds. Is 5 seconds good enough for us? I'll tell you that. So, we're back out, and there's going to be some slow cars out there now as the AI gets fooled by the wet. And now Hülkenberg is on the back of Lando Norris. Can we get P4? Come on. We're going to keep pushing for this next corner here. We can't get him. Damn. So 36 degrees out there at the moment. We're going to have to just watch the tyres a little bit. We should be okay though. We're going to just move up to medium boost here. We're just going to not push too much in this last stint. And there you go. Around the final corner, we'll conserve down. We've got to conserve probably quite a bit now as well. And we are going to go to mediums for this last stint. So we'll sit behind Mr. Norris. We'll basically just conserve power unit as Perez is back out. Where is the leader? The leader's gone. Max Verstappen has checked out early in this race. Let's see if we can just get past this bit past Norris. And still we can't. So we've got to watch the tyres. 34. Verstappen's still got to pit again though. And we are now on 9% tyres. 34 degrees being an absolute pain. We should, as Norris runs out of tyres. So we knew the heat was coming. And we are through. We are into P2. We've got mediums that should run out on Verstappen as well. Well, no, Verstappen's pitted early. Verstappen has pitted early and we're ahead. What has he gone on to? Mediums again. So Hulkenberg's out in P5. Can we catch? Well, we'll certainly try. But this heat is probably going to kill us a little bit. So into P4 goes Hulkenberg. Perez now will cut back down. I don't think we're going to catch, personally. But we're going to obviously try. And we should be able to catch P3. But it's P2 is going to be far too checked out, I feel. We've got one lap to go. Yeah, Hulkenberg's not close enough at all. Verstappen closing all the time. We're going to push out of that corner. And can we keep P1? We can at the moment. It's getting a bit cooler, 31 degrees. And we're now going to push. So Perez leading. I would take 46 points all day long here. Absolutely take 46 points because we do start further back. We are now pushing with Hulkenberg to try and close it. We're not going to close it, of course. He's too far ahead. We've got to watch tyres as well. That Red Bull is coming at us hard. We're going to push out of the final corner. Can we hold on? Yes, we can. Now, we don't want to run out of tyres as we close the line. Verstappen is coming. Verstappen has to wait. It's P1, 24 points. It's P3 with Hulkenberg, 22 from 15th place as well. That was a terrific strategy. It was helped by some of the wet tyre choices from the AI as well. But I think we would have done it anyway. And that is a brilliant start to racing in qualifying. That was exactly what we needed. Let's go and check out the rival. But 46 points to start from Jeddah. That is encouraging, and it was a matchup in our favour, as you can see. We'll check out the rival, level 3. Level 3, Alonso, really low qualifying. That's a pain. The car needs more cornering, but it's not far away at all. So here we go then, race number 2, and it's a matchup that is still in our favour, but it brings the rival a lot closer to the one that was previous. We're going to Silverstone for race 2, and this has a chance of being wet as well. So it could be that we need to watch the strategy here. But let's see, in qualifying it is wet. I think it's only got something like 25%, so let's see if it is in the race. I don't really mind either way, and we're looking good in P11 and P13 this time. What's it going to be? Dry. It's going to be a dry race. So we're going to go on softs. We're going to use Rooster again on the basis that we can just get rid of a bit of Rooster. And we're going to do a 2-2-3 and a 3-2-2 in this race. So we'll ready up. Rival real, as always, on the free-to-play account. And we'll await them to ready up. But can we go 46 points again? Can we go 47? Anything 40 plus, you know me, is a bonus. Let's get to it. So it looks like the rival's going for a one-stop on the mediums and the hards. Now, I don't like the medium and hard one-stops on this track in Champions. So we'll see if that is the stronger strategy. We've not got the greatest start. We get bogged down off the start. But now we're moving through past a few cars and we're up to P9 with Sergio. So we're going to get even better, actually. We're going to move into P8 and P10. So we'll cut back down there as Perez and Hulkenberg do fly. So yeah, let's see what we can do, see if it's going to help us, and see if maybe a one-stop does yield more points. We're going to come out the final corners. We're going to try and get past Leclerc, who looks like he's struggling a little bit. And he's struggling enough for us to get by into P6. Hulkenberg now into P8. He's flying along on this first lap. And we're going after Carlos Sainz, the Spaniard who's lost his seat in Ferrari for next year. Can we get the job done? Yes, no, we can't. We're trying, though. We are trying, and now we do get through into P5. Hulkenberg's bang there in P8, and he's looking after power unit. You can see we've stretched a little bit clear of that hard tyre. It's a quick pit stop round here as well. And what we're going to do is we are just going to push into the pits, no servicing. It's going to be a little bit of a cheaper pit stop this time round. We're going to get Leclerc, or are we? No, we're not yet. We're not going to get Leclerc. And you can see Perez just coming back out. He's going to get ahead of Magnussen. Need to get ahead of Leclerc, and he does nice and easy. Hulkenberg now P5. We need to just look after a bit of power unit with Perez and Hulkenberg. We're going to come out for softs on the Hulkmeister, and Russell in P10. We need to get past him if we can. Thank you very much. Right on cue for a P5 and P10. So into the pits we'll come now. And round this final corner as into the chicane, we will go and try and get Alonso. And thank you very much. And we'll move ourselves up to P5. We'll go to mediums next stint. Hulkenberg comes out on the softs and he gets ahead of Magnussen. There's the hard tyre of the rival. That's who we need to get past. He is very slow. And we're going to try and push down the straight as we get past Sainz. Can we get past Leclerc with traction out of the corner? Not quite. We'll just conserve for a later attack. Perez coming through Maggots and Beckett's down the straight. Be expecting a pit stop onto mediums. And now we've got to get past these. Got to put a bit of pressure on, I feel. And anyone doing a one-stop is now in. And we are away. We move up to P6, P5. But we're going to go backwards, of course. So we've just got to watch that. But where do we come out with Perez? It's P8. This could get better. P7. And we've got Hulkenberg into P4. Still got to pit again, though, as Hulkenberg. Hopefully a few around us do have to pit as well. There's a couple. Leclerc will pit. Sainz will pit. Verstappen pits from the lead. Verstappen is flying in F1 Clash. Someone turn the dial down on Max because he is away with the fairies. Coming up to the final couple of corners. Can we get through past Norris with a bit of push? Yes, we can. And now we are into P4. There's Max Verstappen. Just getting out ahead of Max. There's the one-stop rival. We are on the softs. Should get past him pretty easy here. And we do. Into P6. We've got Perez P3, who's not got power unit. Now, power unit is our struggle now. As we try and recuperate some of that. We have got no further pit stops ahead. But Hamilton is on the hards. He's going to be slow. Can we catch him? He is. 3.4 seconds with Sergio Perez all over the back of him. 21%, 20% power unit. It's not great. But we're trying to close the gap. Let's push out of here with both cars. Can we... I mean, there he is. There is Perez and Hamilton. It's going to be a late lap lunge if we do get him. As we get P3. And now we go chasing Max Verstappen down on the other Red Bull. Can we get past? At the minute, no we can't. Oh yes we can, round the outside. Fantastic. Perez has moved into the lead for Red Bull. And now we're stuck behind Lewis Hamilton. So don't think we're going to catch Perez. We're going to push out of these corners. We're going to send Nico Hulkenberg as well. It's going to be a thrilling finish into P2 and into P3. Sergio Perez and Nico Hulkenberg with a terrific race to take 45 points. It was late lunges here in Silverstone, but we take a very solid 45 from race number 2. We will take that. We weren't a million miles away from Perez, who did that one stop. You can see we got through the pack very nicely in the end. It was a level 8 rares for both of the rivals' drivers, and the car was heavy cornering as well. So they did score in the end some decent points at 34. So here we go then, we move on to race 3. It's 10% chance here of rain down under in Melbourne. But will we get the wet stuff? Will it be dry? In qualifying, it's dry, but we've got a decent matchup, so we can score some good points. And we should qualify in the top 10 maybe with Perez as well. Here we go. P9 for Perez, P13 for Hulkenberg. Let's check that weather. And it looks pretty goddamn dry, ladies and gentlemen. And we are going to go on to... I'm probably going to go a one-stop here. I'm going to go frost and frost for both of them. And the hope is that we just one-stop this all the way out. So we are going to have to create a gap between these two drivers. Our rival is at the back of the grid. We are P9 and P13. Hulkenberg, you will know, this week has got terrible race start. That is going to be our issue. But we've started okay. We have not started okay with Hulkenberg. He is down in P16. And he's got to find absolute carnage in this race to come back through. We'll cut back down. But look at the carnage that is in there. We took that screenshot absolutely ages ago. And it's only just come through. So P7, P14. We have got work to do with Hulkenberg to get back through. It's a shocking start because of his race start. Maybe we should have took some extra race start boost, but we cut back down. We're just going to have to manage. We're only on 10%. Rivals pushing hard. Perez, let's just keep him ahead of Leclerc. Now we move up to P13. We've got Perez in P6, which hopefully will get P5. We've got to conserve. And look at the gap. Norris so slow out of that corner. We are conserving just to gain power unit at sections that we can. Now let's get past Norris, who's probably on the hards. And Perez surely gets pat. Come on, Sergio. Now you're in. Now you're in. And now Ocon. That Alpine's slow. I don't know why they're coming past me. They're the slowest car on the grid now. But yeah, we're behind them anyway. P14, now into P13 past Ocon. Now past Gasly. Now past Stroll. Hulkenberg finally unleashes the power and he has turned up to this race, albeit in P11. Can we get any more positions through here? The Ferrari is slow. Probably Charles Leclerc taking every other line than the racetrack. There's going to be some pit stops. It is Charles Leclerc as well. So, P3, Hulkenberg moves himself up to P8. Now, we are trying to gain some power unit back, but we are round the outside nearly of Leclerc. Come on. Come on, Hulk. Yes, Hulk. Let's go. We're into P7. Now, we've got Perez absolutely pushing so we can get the overcut done. We've got Hulkenberg gaining some power unit back. So, we're doing the one stop here in Australia. Is it going to be good enough? Perez hits his marks and he's into the pits. Hulkenberg coming into the pits as well. There is no double stacking around here, folks. P7, we come out with Perez. Now, we are going to just look after some power unit. Where does Hulkenberg come out? P9. With Logan Sargent in P8. Jesus. You know it's a mad race when Logan Sargent's into top 10. So, we conserve down here again. Oh, my God. Sargent's being an absolute bully to us. So, P7. Behind Leclerc again. Not anymore. We're past. Got Hulkenberg in P8. Again, just got to get past these hard tyre pit stops. Perez moves himself up. And he'll get past into P5. Verstappen just coming out of the pits. I don't think we're going to catch him, though. He's not going to be far away. There he is, just ahead of us. So P4 and P6. We have got Rocco. So why are Red Bull so quick this weekend? That is unbelievable. They are flying this weekend. This week. It is crazy how much pace Red Bull have suddenly got in F1 Clash. Because all three races, I think, Red Bull have been unbelievable. And Lewis Hamilton, P3 in the Mercedes right now. We're trying to get past Max, but we can't. Can we get into the top three with Perez? Finally, we can. Can we get past Max Verstappen? No, we can't. Come on, man. Finally, we're past. And now we've got the Ferrari to take as well. Hulkenberg trying to close gaps. Let's see if we can. See if we can. And we're going to get into P2. It is the Red Bull who is out clear. We cannot even catch that Red Bull. It is ridiculous at the moment. We're going to keep pushing though. We can get P4 surely with Hulkenberg. Would still be great points from where we start after a very bad start as well. Hulkenberg cannot get past Hamilton. And now he can. Perez has closed the gap, but he's not got enough power unit to do any damage anymore. We're going to just push him. There's the Ferrari. There's Perez. He's not going to get through. Is Hulkenberg going to get any more moves? He approaches Carlos Sainz. Come on! What a move. P2 and P3 again. Come on, 45 points. What a late lunge. We had it at Silverstone. 2 epic late lunges. And we enhance our points by some more again. What a race from Nico Hulkenberg. It's a shame he got that very bad start because, I mean, he would have put Perez under pressure there, let's be honest. And we dive bombed. We got it. It is 45 points. Decent matchup in our favour again for qualifying. Level 8, level 7 for the rival. And the car, speed over cornering. We could tell that because we got past him without even pushing. So here we go then. Last matchup in our qualifying round on the free-to-play account. And you would admit and agree that it's been a very good round. I think we're on for our best ever qualifying score. I don't think we've ever been in the 180s. Don't know if we can still do 4. I think we've dropped 5, so actually we can. And let's see, we've got a good matchup. P11, P14. We've got to do the same as we did before. And it is slightly hot. So we'll go softs and we'll go hards. Nearly didn't put boosts on. We're going to use Rooster again because we've got 320 of it. And we've got race start bonus in there. Let's see what we can do here in Jeddah. And it is a rival using our livery. So big look, good luck. I don't know if it's real or not. Doesn't look like a real player. And let's see what sort of start we can get off to. So we're into P10. And it's going to get not any better than that. So we haven't had the best start. But Perez on the soft tyres should now come through with the early pace. And you can see he's already nearly into P8. Hulkenberg is basically following him through. And now Perez does get into P8. So P8 and P10. We're actually going to get P7. And Hulkenberg is going to sit there in P10. So we conserve down through this section of the track. We'll go on board with Hulkenberg for now. We've got cars just nicely positioned here. 30 degrees, so no track temperature worries at the moment. But it will be in around a minute or so time. As we come out of the corner, we'll push again to try and get past with both cars. And Perez on the back of that Ferrari of Charles Leclerc. Can he get the job done? Yes, he can. Can he get any more moves? Ooh, nearly. Oh, Hulkenberg just struggling to get past. We should get Alonso here, and we do. Hamilton's a bit detached, though. Can we get Hamilton? No, we can't. So we're going to cut down both cars. All through here, you might as well conserve. You don't gain much time. You can see, look, we're not losing pretty much any time to Lewis. We are just going to conserve then pretty much for 2 laps as we push out the final corner. Hulkenberg as well will have that shortly. And he now should move up a fair few positions. So we're going to go to softs. I'm going to push this first section. First sector as Perez comes out. Hopefully he gets ahead of that hat or AlphaTauri. And he does. Nicely done indeed. And then we'll conserve down. So P11, actually, let's get past the hards here. If we can, because that's going to slow us up. And then we will conserve because the heat is going up as well. Sure, how can we not get past hard tyres on softs? Now we can. So just starting to motor now. P11, Hulkenberg P3. And the heat is clicking up. But we're not going to push too much as the Verstappen comes round. Very annoyingly. Where about Perez though? Making a move on Albon. They'll come into the pits. We'll get a bit of traffic, but we'll survive. And we're up to P4. Hulkenberg's going to come out, hopefully ahead of that cars, because that is a lot of cars coming out. And we're ahead of 1. Got to watch the heat, though. Hopefully we can get past K-Mag without pushing. And we're going to cut back down. We're going to go to the hard tyres. Hulkenberg is pushing. And that's going to be a move on K-Mag. So beautifully done. We will conserve down. And then we're going to go to mediums just so we can just keep our watch on the tyres if it goes hot. 33 degrees at the moment. Perez will pit from P4 onto the hards. Hulkenberg just looking after his tyres as he comes round, and he'll be in the pits. Next lap, it'll be a quicker pit stop as well. He moves up to P4, and I am going to go mediums just to be safe of the heat. Perez comes back out on the hards. We'll push him initially as we get into P3. Could probably go softs, but it's all right. I'll give us a bit more push than we want. Perez behind Stroll. Can we get the move done? No, we can't at the moment. This is another chance here to get the move done. We can't, and we can't even get ahead of Sargent. What is it with Sargent in the top 10 today? He's absolutely flying. Heat is at 30 degrees, the weather temperature. As Verstappen goes on, we come in. Perez was our leading car, but I don't think he will be for much longer, because I think Hulkenberg is going to take over this roadshow. And he's already coming out his Hulk. We're up to P4. We'll push again with both cars here. So P4 and P6. Hopefully get ahead of Alonso here. Come on, where's the overtaking team? Where is it? Yes, finally we're through. We're into P3 as well. So we'll cut back down. And Hulkenberg is catching very quickly too. So who have we got ahead of us? No pit stop. Red Bull are absolutely incredible. Why are Red Bull so fast today? They have no 10% boost. But Red Bull are dominating F1 Clash. It is ridiculous. Now we go into the first corner. Norris now comes back ahead of us. I don't know how. Finally, we're through into P3. We're into P4 as well. We can't catch Red Bull. They are suddenly today. Now they're usually not that quick. They don't have a 10%, but look how far ahead they are. What has gone on as we come through now with Hulkenberg and Perez? We can't do anything about that. We are going to drop more points, but honest to God, how we are 10 seconds behind Red Bull. How are they so quick? I'm calling bull. Yeah. Wow. Every single race, Red Bull has been unbelievably quick. So someone needs to turn their dial down, because we absolutely can't catch them. It is crazy. It feels like Bahrain, real life F1. Someone has put 50p in Red Bull for this GP. Honestly. What did they do? A 3.22 and a 2.23. And they were 10 seconds clear. They even did the best lap times at 39.2 with the quickest pit stops. What? Rival, level 7, level 8. Car, pretty balanced, need more cornering. What has gone on to... I mean, I know Red Bull are good, but in F1 Clash, they're not that good. Someone has gave Red Bull pace, ladies and gentlemen. So we don't get over 180 points. It is still amazing for this account, 179, so we will take it. But I'm very shocked how quick Red Bull were. Obviously, that last race cost us getting into the 180s. It would have been amazing if we could have done it, but we settle 46, 45, 45, and 43. 179 points. Red Bull absolutely hurting us and breaking our hearts, like they do to most people. Maybe it's because I'm in my Red Bull cap and that spurred them on. Who knows? But let me know down below how you get on in qualifying today. Keep me updated as to how your scores are. And remember, Friday, strategy guide for the weekend's racing. So good luck to you. Go and smash it. Times 2 rewards this week, so do your best.